Hey Josh, my name's Phil. Congrats on signing with Wellington. I guess the usual standard question in this situation is how did this deal come about? Obviously, you've been playing in Finland, so yeah, and the Phoenix were on the lookout for a new goalkeeper. So yeah, how did they sort of arrive at you, and what was their sales?
What happened was there was a scout that got in contact with me, asking me whether I'm interested in an A-League opportunity. And for me, when I heard that, I was intrigued because I played with some boys in the A-League, Cassini Yengi, all of these guys, Dylan Fox, Luka Vanovic. And these guys gave me some good reviews about the A-League and got me thinking about it. Funny enough, it's funny how the world works, but yeah. And then I now got into it, and the rest was history.
Yeah, and so for you, like, because you're still a pretty young goalkeeper, can you explain sort of the mentality you've had to be someone that's like, I'm willing to go to Finland, go to New Zealand, go anywhere in the world basically to play?
For me, the blueprint for myself was that after working with some top keepers at Tottenham, a lot of advice they gave me was going out to play, you know. So when you ask the best in your industry what the best advice is, and they all say the same thing, it's a no-brainer for me what I had to go and do. So for me, I didn't waste any time. Every move and thing I've done has been in the pursuit to play and in the pursuit to better my skills and make a better all-round goalkeeper, you know. So yeah, even from Tottenham, like they understood. Um, we were on the same page, and luckily all the clubs have done what's best for my development and career, you know. So yeah, and I applaud them for that because they could easily do something else, but after good discussions, they were able to do that. And for me, it's benefited my career so far.
Yeah, I take it as they're the likes of Lloris and Joe Hart, who I believe decided to pass it.
What was that, sorry? I didn't
Was
hear.
that the likes of Hugo Lloris and Joe Hart?
Oh, it was top,
Yeah.
absolutely top. These guys, they gave me bundles of information. Joe Hart, top professional, top guy, you know. Hugo, top professional, top guy as well. They've given me so much advice, and they still continue to here and there. Um, so for me, it's been a pleasure to work with them, and it's what you need as a young keeper in your career to hear from the best of the best, and you know what the standard is and how they act and they live their life.
Yeah, and how do you feel coming to a team that's they're the goalkeeper they had? I don't know, like how much research you've been able to do, or the club's sort of spoken about. You're coming in to replace Alex Paulson, who was the best goalkeeper in the A League last season. Does that bring an element of pressure? Are you excited about the expectation of replacing someone who did well last season?
Me, I'm excited. The bar has been high. He's a very good goalkeeper. I've done my research into the club before joining the club, and that's something that even pushes me on to keep the standard up. You know, for me, I'm myself and he's himself. You know, and it's just about fitting into the system and producing the best performances every week, every day in training, and that's the most you can do. But it's good for him that he's got what he's wanted, and for me now this is a new chapter, and I've got to just do my best and keep plugging away.
Awesome, cool. Thanks, mate.
Hey Josh, welcome to the Phoenix, mate. Just a quick question because I've got to shoot into a bulletin in a second as well. You're obviously aware of the A-League. How much have you actually seen of it? Do you know the standard that you're getting into or what you're facing?
No, I've seen a bit. You know, upon these conversations with other players, I've taken time to look into it, and it's got a big global reach as well in terms of from England, people are still looking at it. They've seen bits of it. They've seen players go there and some goals and things, and their A-League All-Star games and things like that. It hits places like the UK. So I've seen a lot of it, and I'm quite impressed with the level, standard. I've heard that before coming here, and even before my last club, I heard that they try to play football as well. All teams in the league, which is really, really good. So yeah, no, it was a no-brainer for me.
And what's your strength, in terms of your goalkeeping? Are you a ball player or a shot stopper, or how do you see yourself?
Like basketball, you have to be good on both ends. So for me, I wouldn't say it's one or the other. I would like to say that I'm operating at a good level and I'm continuing to improve in both sides of the game. I feel very confident in both sides of the game, I would say. But there's always more to improve as well and more to show. So yeah, in terms of shot stopping and distribution, it's something that I look forward to on both sides.
Sweet. Looking forward to having you in New Zealand, mate.
Oh, thank you. Looking forward to seeing you too.
Hey, Josh, Adam here. Sorry, jumping on a little bit late, but congratulations on the signing. Just wanted to ask, through your football journey, did you ever envisage, having to leave Europe to make that next step? Was that ever in your thinking, or is this sort of something that's happened sort of almost unexpectedly, having to head to a completely different part of the world?
For me, it's something I've always wanted to do. It's always something as a young kid, when you go into football, you don't think of just England, you think of on a broader scale. It's kind of weird because when I was there, I was kind of like, I didn't think it would happen this quick. My path into Europe and the rest of the world, I didn't think it would happen this quick. But like anything in football, you have to adapt, and you have to push yourself, challenge yourself, and get new experiences, which I'm grateful for doing.
Yeah, awesome. And in terms of game time, and over the last couple of seasons you've had at your respective clubs, have you been in situations where you've had to fight for game time, or as you've been sort of been able to start regularly? How's that played out for you over the last couple of years?
For me, I don't look at it like you just have the shirt to play. I always look at it as every season that you step onto the pitch, you have to battle for your position, and you have to prove why you're there, whatever club you're at. So for me, every place that I've been, I've had to fight for my position, whether it's inside, whether it's from outside. There's always competition from all angles, and that's something that you have to relish as a professional, and that's something that I'm trying to keep doing.
Yeah, cool. And just lastly from me, you said you've managed to do a bit of research into the A-League, watch a bit of the videos. What are the sort of either similarities or differences from the league you've most recently been in Finland?
So there's an element to play in the A-League for a lot of clubs. They press very high, which is a bit different to the last league because they press, but it's not as intense and aggressive, but they still press well within their own right. And it's more physical in this league, I would say, more physical from watching, and obviously there's still a lot of quality in this league. But yeah, I'd say it's more physical, more intense with the pressing, things like that. And that's awesome. What I really take from it.
Yeah, great. Hey, thanks for that. Really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you down here.
I've just got one more, Josh. In terms of, you've signed for one season with Phoenix. Are your aspirations that you want to get back to playing in the UK? Like, what are your sort of long-term goals? And does it give you some heart that, like with Alex Paulson, like he was signed for Bournemouth, so obviously Premier League clubs are still keeping an eye on the A-League.
Yeah, exactly. I have big aspirations to play in the top 5 leagues in the world, in Europe as well at some point in my career. I would say nationally as well. I want to hit many heights nationally, for Nigeria and things like that. But I try to just take it day by day, step by step, and focus on doing what I need to do and where I'm at. But this league definitely does have a big pool in terms of people and clubs that are looking around the world, So yeah, the long-term goal is to play as high as possible, and just get the most out of my career.
Great. Great, cool, thanks, mate.